You guys, welcome back to the As Told by Kenya podcast. Long time no talk. I won't get through everyone's topics, but I wrote down a few that I just want to talk about. Who knows how long this will be? We will just discuss. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope that everybody is staying safe. And I hope that all of you guys just feel really, really good. Life is filled with a lot of sadness right now. I be gloomy, child. I be gloomy. First, I want to talk about what I've been watching on TV. I really only been watching 3 things. Sister Sister, Lovecraft Country, and Avatar. Those are the only 3 things that my life is literally about. You guys will get your Avatar video next week. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that nothing else comes up because, yeah. So I'm really excited about that and getting that to you guys. I thoroughly have been enjoying Lovecraft Country. Would I love Lovecraft Country more if it was a dark-skinned woman as the lead? Yes, but I love Jurnee Smollett. I love Jurnee Smollett, and she is acting her ass off on this show. And it is thoroughly enjoyable. It's just amazing. I love Lovecraft Country. If you do not have HBO Max, get on Hulu, go get it, or just go over to HBO and go get it, because I absolutely adore it. I want to thank you guys so much for being Patreon members of me, because we had a lot of growth in last month, in September, in August. So that makes me feel really, really good. I'm going to finish eating this Reese's and come back and discuss with you guys the VMAs. Hold up. Y'all know these are always ghetto. These are always ghetto. I'm always doing something I shouldn't be doing, but I'm about to sit here and get this done. So let's discuss the VMAs. Did you guys enjoy the VMAs? How did you feel about the VMAs? I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't cared about a VMA since, when the last time I cared about a VMA? Since maybe Beyonce showed us Blue Ivy for the first time. That might be the last time I cared about a VMA. Since then, I'll care about moments like Beyonce's Vanguard Award performance. I like Justin Timberlake's Vanguard Award performance. Miley when she came out with Robin Thicke. Like, there's been moments, but me care about the entire production. It's just not something that happens. I did not really watch the VMAs in its entirety. I saw moments here or there. What did I see? I saw Gaga's performance, and you know, me and Gags just don't. We're not on the same. We're not where we once were. I used to really like Gaga, but Rain on Me is not a good song. I am going to stand firm in Rain on Me not being a good song. I think Rain on Me is a little bit boring, and I think for Ariana Grande and Lady Gaga to be on a song, it should just be a little better. It should just be a little bit better. So this being basically the Lady Gaga Awards just didn't do much for me. I would love to hear you guys' opinion. There's not a single performance that I just really, really love. Like, we can talk about Miley Cyrus. I thought Miley Cyrus did really, really well. Like, was it the best performance we've seen from Miley Cyrus? No, but like I said, Miley Cyrus and that mullet is absolutely amazing. So anytime she shows up with her mullet, and I love that she got on the little wrecking ball, the disco wrecking ball. Thought that was absolutely amazing, but there was just nothing to write home about for me. I didn't know who a lot of the people were because this was a virtual awards and hardly anyone showed up or wanted to be a part. Lady Gaga got every single award, which fine, that's no harm, no foul for me. Like, it's still Lady Gaga. Like, it didn't bother me, but like hearing Lady Gaga's name just come up and up and up, and the song is just Rain on Me, the song that went #1 and then dropped down the charts. Like, come on, nobody was listening to Rain on Me. There's so many, let's talk about that. There are so many songs that came out this past summer or pre-summer that like did really, really well, and then you didn't hear from it ever again. I have a confession, you guys. I never even listened to the Doja Cat Say So remix. That's how many songs have come out and then done really well that they went #1 on the charts or top 10 on the charts, and then like they go away. I never even got a chance to listen to the Say So remix, and I wanted to, and I never even got a chance to listen to the Say So remix. That's how literally how much music. Think about Stuck With You, that also that Tekashi song, Trolls, like all of these songs that did really like well their first week, like skyrocketed, and then you never heard nothing of it after. Though there was a lot of songs, Rain on Me is another one, like that they just came and then they went, came and went. And so this is like the came and went awards. Like, I don't know. That's how music is set up. I do think possibly they should do something different with Billboard. I think it would be interesting to see, like, because the Billboard rules right now don't make no sense, dude. Like, they make sense, but they don't make sense. Like, yes, a song is the #1 song in the country because it was streamed the most and all those things. But when a song went #1 5 years ago, so let's take 5 years ago, for example, when a song went #1, it was like really the #1 song in the country. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was the #1 song in the country. Everyone knew this song, even if you didn't want to know this song. You knew the song. But that's not the case anymore. Like, as long as you have a big following online and a bunch of fans who can stream your song, it's gonna go #1, right? And so it doesn't really, it's not really, there's no point, I guess, to keep marketing your song after the first week. Like, think about it. There's no point to keep marketing your song after. I do think Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles, when that went #1, I think that was like a true, and I'm putting true #1 in parentheses, like a song that like bubbles up, like it does well in its initial release, and then slowly it picks up more traction. That's how songs were. Or the song just had to be so huge that everyone enjoyed it and it went #1. I don't know what I'm on a tangent right now, but yeah, that's kind of, that's what I'm missing a little bit in music. It's just like, I used to be a chart girl. Like, I cared about the charts. I was a huge Bruno Mars fan, and like you guys, I was with Bruno Mars from the very beginning. Like, he's the first person I started standing from the very beginning of their career. Most people, like, I wasn't even born when Beyonce debuted, so that wouldn't even matter. Like, most people, I come like when I come, but Bruno Mars was the first person where I saw that he like stepped on the scene with his EP, and I followed him ever since. And I remember just being glued to the charts, like trying to get his songs to chart. And so when Just the Way You Are went #1, it was a big deal. It was a really big deal. And it's like, stuff don't do that no more. You like follow, there's no point to follow the charts. Like, either have a fave that's already a part of a big stan base and their stuff will go #1 no problem, or yeah. There's really nothing else you can do, I guess. So yeah, I didn't really enjoy the VMAs. I watched here or there. I wasn't like in love in the slightest bit. But it was fine. It was fine. Keke Palmer did really good. I love seeing Keke Palmer get her, get what she deserves, because she deserves, She's been around for so long. You guys want to know what I'm really, really excited about? I'm excited about House of Pain coming back. I know, me excited for a Tyler Perry production, and my hopes are so low. But I am excited to see China Anne McClain again. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited to see China Anne McClain again. So that's gonna be fun. But other than, I'm excited for House of Pain. What else am I excited about? Like I said, I've been watching Sister Sister. I'm going to give you guys an Avatar video. It's going to come. And you guys know over on the Patreon, can you be hit or miss with what's actually going to come and what's actually, no. It's going to come. You guys are going to get your Avatar video, because it's just that time. Okay, next we have to discuss Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. That news hit me like a ton of bricks. I literally took a shower. What was I about to watch? I was about to watch something on television. And I was like, okay, before I like put my phone away for the night, let me just scroll through Twitter one more time, see what the girls are talking about. And I went to go see what the girls were talking about, and I just saw, wow, I saw someone tweet, can't believe Chadwick Boseman is dead, and that just blew my mind. There's something so bizarre to think that we watched someone like slowly deteriorate in front of us and we didn't notice. Like there's something so morbid about that fact that like slowly Chadwick Boseman was like suffering in front of us and we just like went about our day, like we just act like, hey, nothing's wrong. It really shows how we all live individual lives, and people can be right in front of you, like, because if you even go and look at old, like a Chadwick Boseman interview, I've been watching Chadwick Boseman's interviews, I watched the whole Black Panther like press junket, and you can like see he doesn't look the same like he did in Black Panther, but you just charge that to like most people lose their weight when they stop filming a superhero movie. And so it's just like you see the changes, but hindsight is 2020. So you don't know what you don't know. But it's just so crazy. Like it's not like he was hiding in his house. He was out and about this whole quarantine. So it's not like, oh, he was high. Like, it's just this idea that we live individual lives, and maybe we should stop and make sure people are okay. But also, Chadwick could have told us. So it shows that he wanted to live this private life. So how much can you blame on yourself? I saw that interview with the guy from the Five Bloods, and he was talking about how he was on set with Chadwick, and he kind of felt away about Chadwick, and he thought Chadwick, thought he was too good for the rest of them because he had his girlfriend on set, he had a masseuse on set, he had people rubbing his feet on set, he had people rubbing his back on set, his girlfriend was always around. Like, he thought that Chadwick thought he was too good to be, like the rest of them, just, showing up, and he was like, oh, I'm the Black Panther, I don't know what y'all doing, but I cash Marvel checks. I don't know what y'all cashing, but I'm catching Marvel checks. You better get this Marvel money. And he thought that Chadwick thought he was like too good for people. But Chadwick needed those things. Like, he needed to have a core group around him to keep him going every single day. And it's just something about that. First of all, it's admirable to wake up and go to work every single day, because that's one thing he did not say. He didn't say Chadwick was missing any dates. He wasn't missing call time. Like, to get up and go to work every single day and not even, I don't know. It's like, first of all, round of applause for the people around him, the people around him who created that circle of trust and that circle of, we're going to make sure that he's able to do, the people who held him up throughout this past 4 years. Like, round of applause all around. How many of us, like, that takes a lot. Like, I don't even think I would be able to pull together a circle that could do something like it just shows you how outside of things like a Marvel movie or all the things that Chadwick has done, like, you need people to go home to at the end of the day. Like, a lot of people are always like, my career. But at the end of the day, you need people to come home to, because when your back is against the wall, the only people who are going to hold you up are the people you go home to every day. Like, and I don't know. Chadwick, courage. It's just sad. It's sad, but I wish him nothing but the best. Like, nothing but the best. And yeah. His family, I wish nothing but the best. I hope he rests easy. And it's sad. It's really, when you think about it, it's really, really sad. But yeah, let's get into something you guys wanted to talk about. Cultural appropriation, Adele. I don't know how the Adele conversation turned into y'all dragging Black Americans, but that's every day. That is, do y'all sit back, and I'm not talking about y'all, I'm talking about the people who do this. Do y'all sit back and see Black Americans on the timeline having fun, ha-haing and kikiing, and y'all be thinking to yourself, will these Negroes shut up? Will these porch monkeys shut up? Is that what y'all be thinking? Because how come in the first moment that y'all get to like say something negative about, it's like one person says something negative about Black Americans and you all take your turns, like it's like, ooh, he opened up the door, so let's all run through it. It's like y'all be sitting waiting at bated breath for somebody to unlock the door to y'all's xenophobia. Like what's going on here? What is going on here? Like I need someone to explain why y'all do the things that you do. Because I couldn't believe, number one, I had no stake. I did not retweet a single Adele joke. I did not like a single Adele joke. I did not make a single Adele joke because I do not care. I have long realized that no one really cares about the whole cultural appropriation thing. Y'all pick and choose who y'all want to get mad at and then y'all move on. Kenya only seems to be the person who like really like wants to see Black people like uplifted and people to stop stealing from Black people. So none of that surprises me in the least bit. So I'm just like, whatever. And I saw them as jokes. Like, you guys were making jokes about Adele. And I thought, like, I'm like, funny for who finds it funny. Like, I didn't care. Like, I don't care. And so I let people have things. So I wasn't upset with them. I wasn't sending off, y'all need to stop this. But I guess y'all saw that, like, someone said, like, Adele don't have Black friends. Who cares if Adele has Black friends? But I guess someone said something that degree, and then one person was like, why do Black Americans believe that they are the gatekeepers of Black culture? Let me tell you something, but as a Black American, we do not care about gatekeeping nobody else's culture. We do not think about nobody else's culture in relations to gatekeeping it. The problem is when we claim what is ours, you guys turn it into, well, you guys want to gatekeep every single thing that's going on and da-da-da-da-da. It's just like, no one's doing that. No one's doing that. So I couldn't believe it turned into a whole cultural appropriation debate. But then let's get into what Adele did. So Adele posted a video. Adele posted a picture, I guess in England, they have a festival or whatever. And Adele posted a picture of her in Bantu knots and a Jamaican flag. Number one, like I said, how y'all moved the goalpost. Imagine if it was somebody y'all didn't like who posted that picture. Y'all would have been dragging them from here to Mexico. But because Adele seems like a nice woman, a great nice woman, you guys decided just to make pure innocent jokes. I'd rather not see white people in Bantu knots. I'm just going to speak for me. I don't have any stakes and I don't care. Like, when it comes to my thing with cultural appropriation, white girls wearing braids and white girls wearing Bantu knots are like the furthest thing on the list that I care about. Like, that's like number like 27 of things that are wrong with cultural appropriation to me. There are just so, number one starts with opportunities and how y'all steal opportunities from Black people while using Black people's own things that they create. That's number one, right? Getting Black people jobs and getting them opportunities and getting them a life that y'all get to have by using our culture. That's number one. Y'all wearing braids is number 27. Y'all wearing Bantu knots is number 27. I don't care that much. But yeah, I don't feel like, isn't Adele's boyfriend Black? Like, I don't know. Like, something about this don't surprise me. Is it me or is something about this unsurprising? Like, something about this is unsurprising. And then if her boyfriend is Black, then something about this is very unsurprising. Nothing surprises me about a white woman who dates a Black man who be out here acting all types of asses. Like, nothing about that surprises me. These are the antics Black men will allow. Okay, so that don't surprise me in the least bit. But we need to have the conversation on how y'all need to unlearn this habit y'all have of protecting white women. There's this habit that a group of Black people have, that is, if y'all see that Black people are making jokes, of innocent jokes that have, nobody can bully Adele. Adele is fine, okay? and y'all feel the need to cape for them. Like, you just see a white person in distress, specifically white women, and y'all just feel this need to be like, not Adele, not this. Daniel Caesar lost a whole career trying to cape for Yes Jules. Like, do you see how dumb you look in the end? Like, not this one, not Adele. And it's just like, what's going? Look, what makes y'all do that? I don't have that instinct. I don't know if it's because, like, I know what the colonizer has done all through this country. Therefore, it just will never happen. From I can't do it. But this idea that y'all need to cape for people who are white when they get in their own mess that they made themselves is bizarre to me. I'm like, what possesses y'all to do this? Like, it's that deep that you woke up. It was just on your spirit. The same thing when people made that GoFundMe for Kylie Jenner and you guys were over there like, oh my gosh, y'all need to make, like, y'all don't need to say this, and why would y'all make a GoFundMe for Kylie Jenner when there's so many, not GoFundMe, a petition for Kylie Jenner when there's so many petitions you could be signing? Like, shut up. Like, what is it in you that makes you care this much? Like, why are you caping for them? Why are you caping for them? Like, it's reading as bizarre. Like, it's reading as slightly bizarre. We don't understand what's going on. But yeah, no. None of that surprised me. I don't know how it turned how it turned into what it turned into. But yeah. So next person wanted me to discuss Noname. Noname, first of all, Noname is a rapper. If you don't know who Noname is, Noname makes good music from what I hear from other people. I admitted on Twitter that I actually only have heard like one Noname song in my life, and I stand in that truth. But Noname is a rapper, a good rapper, who has like been on her like social justice rebrand thingy, and it's fine. She has a book club that recommends great books. I looked up the book club. They reading some reads over there. They're reading some reads over there. And so yeah, Noname likes to talk about Beyonce a lot. I find it to be really bizarre. I don't know what Noname's gripe with Beyonce is, but it's not off brand for a lot of people. When people do their first like social justice rebrand, the first person they attack is Beyonce. I don't know what it is. It's been proven when people do their first social justice rebrand, the first person who gets lashings is Beyonce. I don't know why the crux of people's social justice-ness lies on like coming for Beyonce, and because Beyonce is rarely come for, in the sense that like to have a big platform and come for Beyonce is rare. A lot of the people who already hate Beyonce go up for it, and it like boosts your head anymore. So the people who already dislike Beyonce like to boost Noname's head up, and they like, yeah girl, you better come for Beyonce. But it's just something about coming for Beyonce every single day or any time that Beyonce does, it's bizarre to me. Like, I don't know. Something about it is performative. Beyonce is not above critique, but what's happening is not critique. What's happening is hot takes about Beyonce that are very retweet worthy, that gets Noname's name out to people. I don't know. I think Noname is not doing what she's doing as in her work that she's doing, but I think the like coming for Beyonce thing, like who paying attention to Noname tweets when she not coming for Beyonce? It's rare, right? It's rare to see people talking about Noname when Beyonce name not in her mouth. So, to get people to say your name, to get people to join your book club, what do? You get people to talk about you, and using Beyonce's name to do that is just something that people do. I choose not to engage. I said this on Twitter. I don't engage with Noname. Like, when I see that I believe that people are using the Queen's name in vain, people are using the Queen's name in a way to just give them a boost that they can't get on their own, I immediately stop engaging. Like, and then it's this, another thing that bothers me is Beyonce is Beyonce. Beyonce is the most famous woman in this world. She has stans. So if you think you're going to tweet about Beyonce and Beyonce stans are not going to flood your mentions with hatred, you are being willfully obtuse. It is just something that is going to happen. It doesn't matter how you look. You could be the most beautiful person in the world. It does not matter. You are going to get flooded with vitriol and hatred because that is stan culture. And you know this. You know this is stan culture. So the fact that some people like to think peace, no name getting vitriol and hatred, like why she's getting hit with stan culture. You got hit with stan culture. Now I do believe that there are people who are not stans who are harsh on no name. Like if you're not a stan and you're out here, not even not like if you're not someone who like if you're someone who has a following, like you present yourself on the internet as a real person, you should not be saying bitch this and mf or that and all. Like there's a way in which you can engage with no name without belittling her. I am never going to sit here and be like, it's okay for you guys to belittle no name. Like no, that is never going to happen. I will never let that happen. But yeah, something about that, yeah, that no name. I just choose not to engage. I'm gonna be honest with you. I choose not to engage. I think no name is a smart woman. Is she someone whose smartness blows me away? No, but I think she's a really smart woman, and you know she has some good ideas. I don't meet celebrities and the internet are just something that I don't think need to go together. There's just nothing about celebrities and the internet that I find remotely interesting. I think they should not have control of their accounts. I know no name. I think no name doesn't. No name is like me in the sense that I don't see myself as like an influencer, even though I have a lot of like people who follow me. I think no name doesn't see herself as a celebrity because she doesn't think she like belongs in that same realm as people who are celeb. But no name, you are a celebrity. Like you just simply are. So anyways, let's get into some of the things you guys wanted to sponsor. Somebody asked a question about how I felt about that Black Love documentary on OWN. Number one, I think OWN is a very flawed network. I don't expect greatness from the OWN network. I question how much even Oprah finds greatness in the OWN network. I think Oprah had a vision for the OWN network and that vision went away very quickly. So then she had to rely on a black audience. I don't think Oprah wanted her audience to always be black people. I think when the OWN network was launched, she wanted the OWN network to reach the same people like the Oprah show reached. She wanted to reach that same audience. She wanted stay at home, middle America, white people and well-off black women to watch her show. That's what she wanted her show to be, right? She didn't want it to be a black network. She wanted it to be an Oprah network, and Oprah's politics is a politics that everyone can subscribe to. That she's not trying to rattle the table with her politics. That's just not Miss Oprah. So she wanted the OWN network to be that. She wanted the OWN network to appeal to white women. And it didn't. It just simply did not. And so she had one of two options. She could curve who her network appeals to, or she could just not have the network at all. Oprah's not gonna fail, right? So Oprah started pandering her network to black people, and that's when you get all these shows on her network that are very, very black. And I think because that happened, Oprah no longer really cared about her network because it wasn't the original vision that she had. Why does this have to do with the Black Love documentaries? Because like I said, I expect, a part of me does expect some type of greatness from Oprah. I think Oprah is capable of greatness. Oprah has done greatness. But the OWN network ain't one of them. So this Black Love documentary being a mess is not surprising to me. Number one, you guys, when you talk about colorism in the black community, people don't understand it. So people like to speak about things they don't understand. Dark-skinned black people and dark-skinned black men and dark-skinned black women couple all of the time. It happens all of the time. It is not rare to walk into a predominantly black neighborhood and see a black woman who has a dark-skinned black woman who has a child with a dark-skinned black man. It's not rare. It is not a rarity that dark-skinned women and dark-skinned men come together, or brown-skinned men and brown-skinned women come together. That's nowhere near rare, and there's too many dark-skinned children running around for that to be a truth that is rare. The problem is that once you get successful, you are told via white supremacy and self-hate that you no longer should have to date dark-skinned women. What colorism has done is that it makes it as if you date dark-skinned women when you have no other options. So when you are poor, you should date dark-skinned women. When you have nothing, you should date dark-skinned women. That's why you hear a lot of dark-skinned women say they're not going to settle for the bare minimum, because it's the idea if you are a bare minimum man, you should be dating bare minimum women, and people view dark-skinned women as bare minimum women. So the fact that most black men in America are poor, most of them date dark-skinned women because colorism, like, you don't, like, this shit is deep. Like, colorism is deep. Like, that's why, like, it's not, of course it's not bizarre to see a bunch of broke black men dating dark-skinned women, because that's what colorism tells you. Colorism tells you that broke black men should date dark-skinned women. Where we're seeing in the Love documentary is that dark-skinned love is not something that is like something that's seen as a prize, because people view two dark-skinned people together as po. They do, because that's what you see, and when you go into like poor neighborhoods, quote unquote. So when you see these black men get successful, they start dating lighter, and as they go up the scales, they date lighter and lighter and lighter until they get to where they want to be, and they're with a barely black woman who they consider black because they don't want to seem like a sellout, right? And that's where the colorism comes in. No one's saying dark-skinned people don't date. It's a thing. It's the fact that what is shown is Randall and Beth on This Is Us, a very light-skinned woman with a very dark-skinned man. These are the prizes. The prize of black love is a light-skinned woman with a dark-skinned man. That is seen as what the black relationship should look like. So when you get a documentary like this and all we see are dark-skinned men with barely black women, it's more of the same colorism, that dark-skinned women aren't worthy of, not, and I don't even like to put this in relation to dark-skinned women not being worthy of these men, because we see through the documentary, the clips, that these men ain't shit. They've been cheating on their little light-skinned wives for 10 years. Like, they're nothing to be. It's this idea that dark-skinned women aren't worthy of love, period. Or when we're looking at idealized black love, dark-skinned women aren't in that narrative. That's what it is. It's this idea that when we're talking about idealized love, how come we're talking about why the representation doesn't fit the truth? That's when I talk about Netflix not having dark-skinned women. I'm not saying that dark-skinned women don't exist. I'm saying the representation don't fit the truth. I'm not saying black people don't get together, black people don't marry each other. I'm saying the representation don't fit the truth. There's not a lot of dark-skinned men walking around here with light-skinned wives. There's just not. It's not like most black people aren't light-skinned. So this idea that this is what you, but why does the representation show that is but what you do want to know what fits the truth? When black men get more successful, the lighter their wives become. That is a truth. And because black people worship this idea of success via money, via access, via proximity to whiteness, what they show is black men with light-skinned wives. And that's why this Black Love documentary has this, because they know that's what y'all want to see. They're looking at what's around, and that's what y'all want to see. That is what is up. That's the representation that people go up for. Dark-skinned men with light-skinned partners. Like I said, look at Lovecraft Country. Like, you guys like to see a black man with a barely black companion. Like, that's just what y'all like to see. It's this idea that you overcame. You overcame your circumstance, and that circumstance is being with dark women. You overcame that, and look at you. You got the prize. You got the barely black woman. You got your prize. Like, y'all use women to show where you are as a success. The women that men choose is social capital, and that social capital gives them access, that they feel like they made it. And so that's why that Love documentary is what it is. It was show. It's not surprising to me that that's what they would show, because that's what's upheld in the black community. But a lot of times, people who don't know anything about colorism and what colorism does, they like to say, "Oh, what are y'all talking about? Black men be with dark-skinned women all the time." I'm a dark-skinned woman. I know that's the truth. Like, I know dark-skinned women, and dark-skinned women don't go without partners. The same men who date dark-skinned women be colorist as hell. If they had their option, they wouldn't choose a dark woman. Like, can we talk about it? Can we talk about the truth that a lot of these men who are with dark-skinned women would choose a light-skinned woman every time? Or they think the dark-skinned women that they are with is the anomaly? Like, I found the good dark-skinned one. You're no different. You're still colorist. You think you're just with the good one. You're with the good dark-skinned woman. But the rest of these dark-skinned women, I wouldn't touch with a pole. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how you're still, even though most black men are partnered with brown-skinned to darker-skinned women, it's the fact that if you had your choice, you wouldn't, or that you look at men who do have lighter girlfriends or lighter wives as they must have some, oh, he must have money. He must be doing something for her to pick him. Like, can we talk about it? Can we talk about how a lot of black men have internalized hate and how they hate blackness and they see anything the furthest away from their own blackness as a prize? Let's talk about it. Y'all don't want to talk about it. Y'all don't want to talk. People don't want to really talk about colorism in the way that it should be talked about, because truths would have to be admitted. You're going to have to admit some things. You're going to have to admit some things, and people don't want to admit some things. That ain't my problem, though. That ain't my problem. Somebody asked him if I was an introvert, or do I have... Y'all, I have no friends. Like, I'm here to tell you, Kenya don't have no friends, because Scott asked me, Scott said, "Kenya, how do you do all this? How do you post consistently on 2 platforms, get work done, all this?" I have no friends. I hate to be that person, but my boyfriend is my best friend. I talk to my sister on the phone, and I talk to my boyfriend every day, and that's the amount of, like, friendship that I have. I don't have, like, a plethora of friends. Like, that, I think that time of having, like, a lot of friends, as in where I am in my life right now, is not a thing. Like, maybe when I get older, a little bit older, I'll grow more into having more friends, but I don't do friends all that much. Even when I was in school, like, and had a bunch of friends around me when I was in college, I didn't like hang when they were down the street. I wasn't the hangout girl. Like, I need my space. Like, I'm just like, I don't really have friends. I don't think I'm an introvert. I used to be an introvert. When I was in high school, I used to be an introvert. But once I went off to school, and like now, like, I have no problem making friends. Making friends with people is deep, because I have no desire for friendship. But, like, I have no problem talking to people. I don't think I'm an introvert, like, now. Like, I think I can hold a conversation with pretty much anyone. I'm not self-conscious anymore. Like, a lot of that has, like, dwindled away. But yeah, I'm not really, me and friends, we don't. And Scott, you asked, how do I juggle all this? I don't. I wake up every morning stressed, but things are different now. I'm at a place, I like where my savings account looks. I like the way my Patreon account looks. I like the way my YouTube channel looks. And so I'm now in a place where I don't feel pressure anymore. The pressure is leaving me. I used to feel a pressure to perform. Like, Kenya, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta put up the videos. You gotta make a certain amount of money, because you want this. You want a house. You want a Benz. You want a this. You want all of that. And I don't feel that pressure anymore. to do all those things, because when you work hard in the front end, you really don't have to work that hard in the back end. But so now I'm just about making the content that I want to make, talk about the things that I want to talk about, and I have fun doing those things. I have a lot of fun doing those things, and that's really what I do. So yeah, that was a good question. I liked that. Someone asked, how was the University of Alabama during the Trump era? Child, because I got there pre-Trump era. I got to the University of Alabama in 2015. So I was there pre-Trump era, and then I was there the night Trump got elected. I think this is a global thing, not a global thing, a national thing. If you were on a college campus the day that Trump got elected, the night that Trump got voted president, it was the worst day of your life, because you heard people who were upset, and then you had the like every time he would carry a state, you would hear the hollers of racists, like so happy that Trump was winning these states. And I turned off the TV, you guys, and I would just pray the next morning that it wasn't true. Like, that's one of the worst days of my life. The night Trump got elected was one of the worst nights of my life. The next day on campus, it was just sad. It was a sad day on campus. Like, it was just sorrow. Because here's the thing, people think like most people who go to the University of Alabama is out of state, right? And then, so people just think it's like this redneck honky tonk school, but it's really not. It's really not. Most of my friends weren't even from Alabama. And then the people who are from Alabama really aren't that honky tonk. Like, it's not really like that. So it was somber. It was somber as hell on campus. Like, and so, yeah, because I remember my freshman year, and I remember obviously my last 3 years, it wasn't that much different, child. Like, okay, 2016 was a little rough. He became president, but like, we moved. It wasn't that bad. Like, okay, first of all, if you're going to a school under the Mason-Dixon line, even if you're going to a school slightly above the Mason-Dixon line, you're going to see Confederate flags fly. Like, I think people who are from like way up north, so if you're from New York, if you're from Jersey, and actually, but even that's a lie, because a lot of those places have like the country, and they fly. If you go to any place with country, people fly Confederate. You can go all over this country. And if you go to some place where there's country people living in trailers, your people are going to fly Confederate flags. I think people who are from cities think the Confederate flag is just so like uncommon. But like, people fly Confederate flags. Like, they was flying them pre-Trump, child, and they was flying them after. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you're from a place where, like, you're just around a bunch of liberal people, of course, that's, like, uncommon to you. But, child, they are flying Confederate flags, flying, have been since the goddamn thing was created. Like, it's a thing. People fly Confederate flags in states that wasn't part of the Confederacy. Like, it is a sign of pure racism. It's a sign of racism, and people fly it, and they try to be like, no, I just have Southern pride. But sis, we in the middle of Illinois. What you talking about Southern pride? Like, it's just a thing. Like, it's a thing. It's a thing. But I didn't think it was that different. I enjoyed my 4 years at Bama, so I don't know. I really don't know. Someone asked about wig sponsorships and why do less people do wig sponsorships. I guess because the reason why I'm not doing a wig sponsorship is because I got sick and tired of doing them. Like, it takes a lot of work to do a wig sponsorship, but the people who do it, I don't think, see, let me put you up on some YouTube games. So some of y'all start a YouTube channel, you can get upwards of, according to how big your channel is, let's say you have 100,000 subscribers or more, you can probably get $1,200 for one wig sponsorship video. Like, you don't understand. One wig sponsorship video can pay your whole rent. Like, and if one place don't give you the money, the next place will give you the money. Like, it's not that hard. It's easy money. All you have to do is especially like, I used to make my wigs, but if you're someone who just wants to get the wig, like them to send you a wig, you can make $1,500 by putting up one 6-minute video. Like, it's easy money. That's why you see a lot of people whose channels are fully dedicated to hair reviews, because they can make $10,000 a month just doing hair reviews. But it comes with the idea that your channel won't have any progress. Like, a lot of people, I believe, stop doing wig reviews because no one's going to watch them. But that goes with anything. A FabFitFun review, no one's going to watch. Like, a Missguided review, no one's going to watch review videos, right? No one is trying to see you. It's not 2014. No one cares about your wig reviews. No one cares about your try-on hauls. No one cares. And so if you do a lot of wig videos, your channel is going to see a decline, because you're going to get pulled out of the algorithm, because you can have videos that do amazing. You get 50,000+ views on every video, but then you get this one video that has 5,000 views and you get snatched out of the algorithm. Do you see the issue there? So a lot of people can stop because it can stop your channel from growing. So you have to choose, like, do you want to get this fast, easy money, or do you want your channel to grow? So that's, I think, the dichotomy. I don't know why other people stop. I have a whole drawer full of hair, and I have I'm fine. Like, I have a Patreon, I have a YouTube, I do other sponsorships. Like, I don't need the money in any way, so it doesn't affect me. But child, I always tell myself, if hell comes to high water, I always say I will be a full hair reviewing channel. I will be a full hair reviewing channel. My bills will be paid. Like, it's people. I still get contact. I get about 3 emails every other day about a wig sponsorship. Oh, we'll pay you $2,000 for 2 hair videos. Imagine saying no to that. But you got, like, if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. And so imagine having a smaller channel and you're like, that's some good money. That's some good, easy money. So I think that's the, like, issue where it comes with that, trying to figure out, hey, this is good money, but, I really don't want to do hair videos on my channel. And then the person also said Black women shouldn't have to do hair review. I don't think, I do think it could be annoying if you're someone who wants other sponsorships, but child, the money, child. If you can negotiate yourself a good price, go for it. Like, sometimes in hair review videos will give you more money than, like, an Audible sponsorship or any other place sponsorship, So it definitely play more than a Fashion Nova sponsorship. Like, it's just, a lot of people don't know the back end of YouTube, so they're like, why do Black girls have to do hair reviews? Not realizing, because they pay your whole rent in one PayPal transaction. Like, it's kind of easy money. It's kind of easy money. Like, you can decide, hey, I want a Louis Vuitton bag that costs $1,800. So how about I get in my emails and start emailing back these hair companies and see which one of them will give me the $1,800 I desire. And just like that, you have a new wig, $1,800 for your Louis bag. And yeah, you see there. So it's a give or take. There is a whole platform dedicated to Black women being able to make easy, fast money, but at what cost, So it's one of those things. Anyways, this was just me rambling on about whatever I wanted to ramble on about. I do have a video getting posted one of these days about my favorite fictional characters. I run through and tell you guys my favorite characters from TV shows that I love. And so, yeah, be on the lookout for that. I love you guys so much. And yeah, you'll hear me in the next one.